What's up guys, it's the Dervinator here. Forewarning, this video contains massive spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 7 premiere, okay? So if you haven't seen the episode and you're a fan of Walking Dead, don't watch this video. Watch the episode first, then watch this video. So Walking Dead Season 7 Episode 1 was fantastic, alright? The cliffhanger from the end of Season 6 paid off and it was amazing, right? The actors and everyone did such a great job. It was so amazing. And I felt so strongly about it, then I was like, you know what, I want to thank the showrunners for this. I was originally going to make a video that was titled, Thank You Walking Dead Showrunners, but, you know, no one was ever going to watch it, but I still wanted to make it. That's how strongly I felt about this episode, because this episode showed they still had guts, you know, to make decisions in the show. Like, big decisions, because it felt for a while like their characters were invincible and they would never kill anyone off. But it played with our expectations. It took the idea that everyone thought was going to happen, then it still shocked us, and something we didn't expect was going to happen happened. It was good. So two things happened. Now, of course, if you've seen the episode, you know what I mean by that. Both Abraham and Glenn died at the hands of Negan and Lucille, and it was emotional and brilliant and sad, and it was just another one of those intense moments, which is why I love The Walking Dead. So to then go from that to the Walking Dead page, like I said, I wanted to thank the showrunners. I went to the Walking Dead page on Facebook because I didn't know where else to, you know, make a thank you comment. And then to see the string of comments under the last thing they posted. This is some of the mindless, controversial crap that I have ever seen revolving a show like this. I was so upset that I even had to stop watching the episode. Why I thought it was a good idea to go on the Walking Dead page when I hadn't finished watching the episode, I don't know why, but I did it, and I stopped watching the episode because I was so annoyed, and I just had like a mini rant to myself then and there, because the comments that people were leaving were just so mind-bogglingly stupid. If you did not like the episode, then that's fine. Everyone has their own opinions. The main reason of this video is because people were taking their opinions, not only stating them as fact, but directing them at people that didn't deserve it, and making the most stupidest claims in the world, okay? So if you didn't like the episode, and you don't have a good reason for it, this video will annoy you. Now, this video is not me saying that your opinion is wrong, okay? Your opinion is your opinion, and it's no one's right to tell you that it's wrong, alright? It's, like I said, it's your opinion. But the stuff that people were saying, alright, you just listen to this, okay? Listen. So before I start reading these, the thing everyone's complaining about is Glenn's death, alright? Because it was horribly brutal and gruesome. And wait, hang on, isn't this show called The Walking Dead? Before I touch on that though, here's a little something interesting for you guys, right? This is the Walking Dead comic, right? What happens when we go to issue 100? Oh, what's that? That is Glenn getting his head split open, just like he did in the show. Now, it goes on for several more panels and is way worse and way more graphic. So people saying that it's like, you know, oh, tasteless and, you know, not what The Walking Dead is and stuff. That is an homage to the comic. The show is based on a comic. That is exactly what happened in the comic. But believe it or not, that's not even the main point that I'm trying to make, because it's not the main point people were saying. Let's get into it, shall we? This season premiere has crossed the line. After seeing this tonight, it actually made me sick to the stomach, and there was no entertainment. I cut it off. Writers need to take a step back. Firstly, nothing to do with the writers. Secondly, what line has been crossed? The show, The Walking Dead show, has had episodes where skin has been ripped from undead corpses, right? Where disgusting, you know, like, water zombies and that had been, you know, like, just disemboweled. I mean, the show is full of gore. I do not like gore. I started watching the show for the characters and things like that. And honestly, I would look away whenever I knew a gory scene was coming out. And to be honest, I still do most of the time. But I know and I accept that that's a part of the show, alright? When you say the show has crossed a line, this is a show where, like I said, skin ripped off zombies, burnt walkers on tarmac, and that you have a show where live people literally get eaten by The Walking Dead on a regular basis, alright? What line was crossed? Now, I get you might be saying that it's because, well, hey, it's a live character, you know, things like the gruesome deaths and stuff happen to people that are dead. But no, because a lot of the live characters, when they die, that's gruesome as well. But what's happening to characters like Gareth from the the cannibal from season 5. That was gruesome, and like his buddies and that, they got their heads smashed in, things like that, and disemboweled, gross things like that. What I believe was happening is that people were letting their emotions, their feelings of Glenn. They love Glenn. Glenn, is one of the originals. You can't kill him off. But that's what made the comic, that's what made that moment of the comic so great. It's because they did kill him off. He is this important character that people love, and they killed him off in issue 100. And that's what's happened here. But I believe people were letting that get in the way of, what the writers were trying to do, which is, make this big moment where it's like, oh my gosh, they just killed off, someone from the Atlanta crew that people call them. But the fact to say that's not an excuse. That doesn't mean they've crossed a line by killing one of your favourite characters, right? I mean, I know some people don't like characters. Not everyone loves every character, but you got to admit, when they kill off big characters like Herschel and Tyrese and stuff like that, it's impacting. But I think it's the fact that a character like this died in such a gruesome way, people letting that get to them. But the point is, crossing a line, no line has been crossed, alright? And if you're still arguing the fact, it's like, no, because it's a good character, a main character dying in a gruesome way. Hello, Noah. You remember him, the guy that was in the crappy hospital with Beth and that? You had a close-up of his face getting ripped apart by zombies, alright? This is not new for The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is full of gore, so what else could you possibly have to complain about? Oh, your kids. There are 1 or 2 comments on here, not too many, but one in particular that has over 1,000 likes on Facebook saying, that they're worried about what this impact will have on their kids. It's a longer comment. It says, my family has been watching the show, since the beginning and things like that. What impact is it going to have on my kids? I'm sorry, but this is not a children's show. The Walking Dead has not once ever been referred to or marketed as a children's show, okay? Now, this is not a video on parenting, alright? If you're a parent and you let your child or young family member watch this, then that's fine. But if something happens in the show that upsets you, that's on you. It is not on the writers. It's not like this comment suggests on the showrunners. It is your fault for letting your child watch a show with an R rating, alright? You see this? You see this? Fear the Walking Dead, R16. You see that down there? Season 1, R16. Season 2, oh, the restricted's gone off that. Season 3, R18. Season 4, R16. Season 5, R18. Season 6, back to R16. So if you are upset about the way that a character's death portrayed in the show that is rated R16 or R18 or above, and you blame that on the showrunners, that's not their fault. That is like letting your child watch a porno or Game of Thrones. Oh wait, kind of the same thing. Anyway, my point is, you cannot blame the show, okay, because you let your younger family members say that. Now, the only reason I am staying on this point for so long is because this particular person replied to several comments saying, oh, I'm a good parent. But they were saying that, like, I'm not a bad parent for letting my child watch what they want to watch. Alright, nobody is saying you're a bad parent. Well, they might have been saying in the comment section, but that's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm not a judgmental person, believe it or not. I am just saying that your comment, that now has over 1,000 likes, was saying you were worried about the impact that this will have on your child. Do you not understand how ridiculous that is? To say, how dare this show that is called The Walking Dead, has graphic violence and gore on it constantly, have this graphic depiction of death of a main character. How dare they do that because of an impact it might have on my, I believe it was like an 8-year-old son or something like that. That is not okay, and that is not a legitimate grounds for complaint, okay? It's not the only one too. Someone else, this is harmless, right? Someone just posted a picture of their son dressed up as Daryl for Walking Dead. The kid is like 12, okay? But again, they weren't complaining. They just posted a harmless picture of their son dressed up as Daryl from The Walking Dead. Alright, so those are the main ones, right? Those are the 2 biggest ones that I wanted to say. People claiming that it crossed some sort of line, and other people talking about how it's going to impact their kids. Those are the 2 biggest ones that I found annoying. There are a lot more that I find are a bit stupid as well. Like, here we go. Have some self-control with your writing and learn from this mistake. I mean, saying it's tasteless. It's tasteless. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I don't have time to go into the fact, explaining why it's tasteful. It's The Walking Dead, Okay, a character died in The Walking Dead. Here's a good one. Blah, 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 blah. The storyline has gotten so far away from The Walking Dead. Sorry, The Walking Dead storyline's gotten away from The Walking Dead, has it? Yeah. Now, the three things they could be saying is, one, it's gotten away from the show, which doesn't make sense because it is the show, so that I doubt that's the reason. Two, it's gotten so far away from the comic, which it hasn't, because this literally mirrors the comic and the way that Glenn died. And three, it's gotten away from The Walking Dead as in zombies. Now, that could be a legitimate complaint. However, do you really want to see a show where it's just season 2 over and over again, where it's just concentrated? Well, no, that was the barn. So, but a show that's literally just about the zombies, all right? That's not exciting, right? Because you don't become invested in more characters and things like that. It can be considered a legitimate complaint that the show is straying too far away from the zombies. But at this stage, they're a threat in this world. But how the show's progressed, they're not the only threat. People are the bigger threat. So, although you could, if that's the point you're trying to make, you could be right. But my counter argument is that, you know, it's not all about the zombies. This is up. I don't even know if I can watch anymore. Puppies, butterflies, and ice cream. Puppies, butterflies, and ice cream. If you need to remind yourself of puppies, butterflies, and ice cream after watching an episode of The Walking Dead, I don't think you should be watching The Walking Dead. But again, that's up to you. Here's another dumb comment, taking it back to the good old days of favoritism and characters. You know, oh, they killed off my favorite character. But he even says he's been with the show since the beginning, but because they killed his favorite character, he's not watching it again. Not watching it anymore. That is like the lamest reason to stop watching a show, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the only one who thinks this. I kind of wish they'd kill off Daryl because of all the people saying, if they killed Daryl, we're right. For years and that, people that actually enjoy The Walking Dead, the show itself, have been wanting to, not to necessarily to kill off Daryl, but for the people to stop being like, oh, they can't kill Daryl, we're right, oh, they can't kill Daryl. We want them to kill Daryl, so those people will go away, because they're obviously not fans of The Walking Dead. They're fans of Daryl. So if you stop watching a show because the character dies, then that's a pretty sad reason to stop watching. But again, that's up to you. This one even mirrors what I was saying before about how, you know, you get invested in the characters. It's not all about the zombies. And then they say, but after tonight, that aspect of the show is gone. I don't think I'll continue watching the show. How is that aspect gone? Because Glenn's gone? That doesn't even make sense. Look, here's that comment again that pretty much sums up everything I've covered here. It's a shame when people don't realise that they've crossed the line. They haven't crossed the line. This has happened before. Just people are taking notice of it all of a sudden. You know, our family's been watching it since the beginning. Family. Now, this isn't the comment that's talking about as kids, but saying family indicates that they have younger ones watching, which I don't know. It could be. But either way, the point still stands. You shouldn't be letting your kids watching this show. And if you do, then don't complain when gory stuff happens. You know, here's a good one. But when the writers turn a great horror series into grotesque torture porn, that doesn't cross the line. That sentence doesn't make sense. But either way, yes, you could say it's grotesque. It was horrid to watch. However, that is how it happened in the comic book. And to be honest, worse has happened in the show. But it just goes back to what I was saying before, that I believe people letting their emotions of the character get the better of them and react the way they did when the character died. Because, yeah, Glenn was a beloved character and the way he died was horrid, so people are, you know, just letting that go too far in their mind and saying, that's too far, you're right, they've crossed the line there, they've crossed the line there, how dare they cross the line, they can kill a side character like that, they can kill, like Noah, or they can kill a bad guy like that, but how dare they kill one of my beloved characters like that. Have you ever tried watching Game of Thrones? Yeah. Absolutely tasteless, what a shame. Well, see, I consider that a risk, alright? I was playing with audiences' expectations. If you looked into the season finale and you identified certain, you know, aspects of that, you could piece together that, you know, the highest probability is that it would be Abraham. You know, I mean, the guy literally said, I mean, Negan said, well, taking it like a champ, Abraham, right? That just screams Abraham. But not only did they do that, they also threw a twist in there where it's like, oh, actually, they were faithful to the comic as well. Like, people of the comic thought, oh, you know, Glenn's gonna die. But that almost, in my opinion, makes up for all the fake-out deaths that Glenn's had. Because, you know, tricks us audiences to thinking that, you know, he's immortal, he's not gonna die. But, and then they go and kill him. Right? Now, some people might like that, and I can understand if you don't like the fake-out deaths. I know a lot of people didn't in Season 6. They hated the fact that they were, you know, tried to trick us into thinking Glenn's died. But I think they made up for that here by saying that he's not. But again, it goes back to, you're complaining that a character death is tasteless in a show called The Walking Dead. Again, it's happened so many times before to other characters, and why is this any different? So my mate just called me in the middle of recording this video, and I vented to him a bit, And I was just saying to him, he completely agrees, by the way. He's like, well, you know, if you're going to let your child watch this, it's not necessarily bad parenting, but you can't complain if something like this happens in a show meant for adults that, you know, annoys you. But anyway, we're just talking, and it was great, because I was telling him about the comment that was like, oh, you crossed the line, and, you know, how dare you do this? And he said something brilliant. He said, you know, oh yeah, can't believe they crossed the line in a show where nobody is safe. Anyway, I need to wrap this up now because the video's going on long enough. But before I do, I just want to point out the fact that the comments I was reading from are from The Walking Dead's Facebook page. And they're all the top comments, alright? With thousands of likes. And it's only been 3 hours since the episode came out. So I just wanted to make this video so that people wouldn't have their opinions, like, warped by these idiots making stupid claims before they even see the episode. Because people are like sheep, right? Remember The Walking Dead Season 6 finale? That was amazing, sorry. But people got so pissed off because it was, you know, they didn't know who Negan killed. I'm sorry, have you never watched a show with a cliffhanger before? Like, I honestly did not understand how people could get so upset over that, alright? Did they feel cheated? That you didn't find out who did it? I mean, it's an amazing cliffhanger, and it paid off here. But anyway, this isn't a Season 6 finale video, this is a Season 7 premiere video. Now, to wrap this up, I want to read my 2 favourite comments, alright? This is from a woman named Cassandra. Watches premiere knowing characters were gonna die, gets all angry and whiny when characters die. I'm facepalming so hard at these comments right now. What did you expect? They are following the comics, including the horrible scenes. It hurts, but it's a television show. Offended? ? Good. I'm not aiming to offend people, personally. I'm just reading this person's comment, which is amazing. And now my favourite comment by a woman named Dawn. This is great. I have never seen so many whining people. Hello, you knew Negan was going to bash someone's head in with a bat. It's the best point someone's made so far. Did you expect that to be pretty? If you are too much of a pansy to watch, then fine, don't watch. But stop your whining about the graphic violence. Right now, I don't want to call people pansies or anything, but this is the kind of thing you need to expect from a show called The Walking Dead. I mean, just look at Noah's death from Season 5. Seriously. Heck, the second episode of the whole show had them smothering themselves in blood and guts, and everyone knows that gruesome stuff. Anyway, that sums it up for this video. Now, I didn't want to purposely annoy people, but no doubt people that didn't like the episode will be annoyed at this video. But again, so many people were saying, I'm not watching the show anymore. Nearly every one of those comments were like, can't watch the show anymore after this episode. It's no worse than things that have happened in the show before. And honestly, most of the people that say they're not watching the show anymore, they will keep watching the show because, you know, everyone loves to say, oh, I'm done with the show. Oh, another good episode. Or the people that actually do stop watching the show, fine. I'm not going to tell you to keep watching. You're lost. You're missing out on a great show. It's been a roller coaster the last couple of years going up and down. But if you just stop watching because of this, I mean, it's just sad. Well, I mean, I'm sad for you that you're now going to miss out on the show because of something so stupid like this. To recap, if you didn't like the episode, that's your opinion. But do not go making stupid statements like, how dare they do this to my favourite character, or what about the implications this will have on my children, or, you know, it was tasteless crossing a boundary. Those statements have no place, alright? They're just mindless, stupid, okay? If you didn't like the episode, then that's fine, that's your opinion, alright? Anyway, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Leave your comments, leave your paragraphs in the comment section about how I'm wrong and you're right. Or if you agree with me, then I would appreciate some backup, because I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, I know it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you can enjoy this spectacular episode. And thank you. Thank you to the showrunners for having the guts to make a decision like this. And a massive thank you to the actors who portrayed Glenn and Abraham. You guys were much loved characters. You're amazing actors, and I hope you move on to better work after this. Thank you so much for contributing to this amazing show. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And you guys that are watching too, you're pretty awesome too. Thank you very much for watching. No more stalling. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is not a children's show. The Walking Dead has not once ever been referred to or marketed. And a huge thank you to the actors who portrayed Abraham and, what's his name? Ooh, shots fired.